Hello everybody, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Today, it's Saturday. We got a thing from Gulliver to my matey, Stephen. Ye saved me feathery hide. I owe ye me life, so I'm sending over a bit of me booty. Remember though, we may be far apart, we're always connected by the open sea. You got me sounding all mushy, Captain Gulliver. I'll gladly take it. A letter from Naomi. My dear friend Stephen, I'm writing this to you because we get along so well. Also, I wanted to tell you that I value our open and honest communication. So please, if anything ever comes to mind, feel free to talk to me. I'm here for you. Talk soon, Naomi. Oh. I do actually have something on my mind today, but it's not really a terribly negative thing. It was a negative thing that I am going to do my absolute darndest to make into something positive. So, you know, I've been doing things up on the grill lately, and I don't begrudge my older sister for this, but she was basically taking some pictures of me doing stuff up on the grill, like my mother's dog kicking out and around, being out and around, kicking's a bad word to use. He was just chilling around, you know, kicking around, just kind of slang for just hanging around. I hope people understand that. But like, he was just kind of there, so like she was taking pictures of him. He wanted the hamburgers I was making, and then like, I fried him up. I threw some beans for him on the grill because he loves his beans. Green beans, specifically. But I saw myself in one of the pictures, and my immediate response is, I look like shit. So I'm changing that. I'm gonna do my absolute darndest to use that energy of really not liking how I look to fix it, to make it so that I do, you know. Admittedly, it was probably a mix of unflattering angle with, you know, I wear kind of baggy clothes, which would be nice to fix. I'm not the biggest fan of wearing baggy clothes all the time. Oh, Stephen, glad to see you. Let's chat. A little fresh air never fails to cheer me up, Snorty. No. So, like, you know, and like I said, I don't hold it against my sister. Like, she was taking pictures. She thought it looked good, apparently, so, you know. But I didn't like how I looked at all, so I'm gonna fix that. I started today. Well, technically yesterday for you guys, today for me. Time! It's a wibbly-wobbly thing. Cashew, glad to see you. I'm glad you're never too busy to check in with me, Rambler. I'm glad I'm never too busy either. Yeah, today, just as like my, this is how I'm starting kind of exercise. Because I watch the 8-Bit Drummer basically every chance I get now, because it's just a chill time. I don't know why I ever stopped, well, I know why I stopped watching him, but like, I don't know why I let myself stop watching him. He does every hour a stretch break. So I decided every stretch break today, I'm gonna do 50 reps each arm with a 10-pound weight and 30 squats. And I did it. And I feel like I could do more, but I don't want to majorly push myself. Hey there, Nick Flyer. How goes it, Squeak? Let's talk. Hey, what are you up to for the next 7 hours? Wanna hang out? Ha, just kidding, Squeak. I'd love to hang out. Have an all-night gaming session? Heck yeah. I've never done that. Ever. Like, I'm a lifelong gamer. I've never, like, gone to someone's place and had, like, an all-night gaming session, or had someone over for an all-night gaming session. I've never even done an all-night gaming session, unless you count the times of my life I've been just awake at night, but, you know, I still have regular hours, they're just flipped. You know, like, I'll sleep more or less the hours you would normally, you know, sleep, they're just the day hours instead of the night hours. Like, quite often I'd be going to sleep at, like, between 8 to 10 in the morning. Like, that's a pretty decent time to be going to sleep at night. You know, I would you just flip it, and that's how my schedule would be. So, but yeah, I'm gonna start with that, and I'm gonna try to do that every single drum stream he does. I'm also, mostly because I had the time to do it and fit it in, I also did 30 jumping jacks, which, you know, not the most strenuous exercise, but apparently it does help with getting rid of the gut, which is one of the things I've been wanting to get rid of for a while. I've just, like, I've not had the motivation to do it. And I don't want anyone to take what I'm saying as, yes, bully people into getting fit. No, the person has to themselves make this motivation happen. Be supportive of them. Don't, you know, be like, fat butt, get to the gym or whatever. Like, no, be supportive of them. You know, if they get talking about it, like, you know, I don't like how I look, just be like, hey, let's see if we can fix that. Let's do stuff together. And start them small. Like, what I'm doing is probably more than a should. Like, I did 100 reps with a 10-pound weight and 60 squats. Like, that's a fair bit, and 30 jumping jacks. Which I might do more of those. And I also might go for a walk later. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing this kind of exercise on days when Jared is streaming. Because I like watching his streams anyway, and it gives me something to do during his stretch breaks. No way, I was just thinking I wish I could talk to Steven right now. Let's talk. Hey Steven, who do you think would look best on me? What is a tool skirt? What is that? I need to... Tool skirt. Skirt. What is that? Oh, it's like the poofy skirts. Oh, those are cute. Oh, but overalls on Pinky would be really cute too. Oh no. But those are cute. They can be made like really puffy, and when you twirl they go whoosh, and that's really cute. I love that. I'm gonna say a skirt. A skirt, of course. If you're gonna be a pop star like me, you've gotta have a fab skirt. You do, and that looks like a really fab design of skirt, so, you know. It's definitely the one you need. But yeah, like, I know part of it is I'm gonna need to, like, I would say I'm gonna have to try to fix my diet a bit. My diet isn't the worst, as much as I kind of joke that it's bad. It's not the worst diet. If I didn't make a good amount of food for myself, my diet would be mostly junk. But that's because that's usually what's bought here, is a lot of more or less junk. But, you know, even junk is fine in proper portions, so. But like, I've had moments where I'm like, I want to get fit, but I've never, like, the only motivating factor I've had for those times in the past has been like just that sudden urge of I want to get fit, not the like guttural I don't like how I look, I want to fix that feeling. Which even just someone having the I don't like how I look, if they're not ready to exercise, don't force it on them, please. Like, be supportive of your friends and family. Like, be kind, be supportive. Like, there definitely is a point where you should turn to someone and be like, look, you need to exercise. You need to lose weight because you're working yourself into an early grave. But, like, even then, like, again, be supportive. You know? Be like, hey, let's do things together. You know? Help them out. Like, I'd probably be a lot more fit if I had someone to exercise with. Someone to keep me going, and me to keep them going. You know? I don't got nobody like that, so, you know. Honestly, the only friend I think I could probably be like, hey, could we, you know, let's do this kind of thing, lives like an hour drive away. So, not really feasible. Hey Ed, did you lose this bag? You're not Jacksepticeye. Stop it, Ed. Just stop it. This is yours. Nah. For a second I thought it was his. Okay, it's Pinky's. Alright. Yeah, it's the style of bag that the last time I offered her to her, she was like, how could you even think I would like such a thing? And then the next time she was like, oh man, that's really cute. And then, you know, it ended up being like Simon's snack bag. Ooh, pirate ship cannon. No, I know what I need to do. Okay, I can't. If I pull it back one... I really want to get it, like, facing Ed's house. There we go. That looks about right. You've been warned, Ed. Maybe you'll be the one to actually move away next time. I will say, it's not been easy letting some of the villagers go. It's just like, they're so cool. I want to keep them around. But like, I don't want this series to fall into the same trappings that New Leaf did. Where like, I just have the same villagers for like, over half the year, never wanting to let any of them leave. Though, I mean, I was definitely in a very different mind space last year to this year, so, you know. Hey, Pinky. Alright, did you drop something? Ed says this is yours. I don't overly trust him, but I'm still checking anyway. I got lost. Thanks bunches for bringing it back to me. Awesome surprise. Super thankful for this. She's giving us a shirt. It's a stellar jumpsuit. Prefab, right? Oh, that's a whole suit. Alright. Is it better than the dress I'm wearing, though? Oh, that looks loud. Could wear Ed's frog costume, but no. I think I'll wear this just because of how just... I don't like it. It's not good. This looks like the kind of outfit that, you know, you wear when you just stop caring. Like, it's just what you do when you don't care anymore. Alrighty. Let's get back to our circle. But, yeah, I do really hope I'll be able to keep up with the exercise. And I want to try to go for walks every day that 8-Bit isn't streaming. Like, that is my general goal at the moment. Though I do really need to still get for a walk. At least like a short one, because I'm out of Pokeballs on Pokemon Go. I actually had to spend some Pokecoins earlier buying Pokeballs because I needed them for my daily. I needed to catch 5 Pokemon. And I did not have the Pokeballs. But that does mean I do have like 18 Pokeballs right now, which should be enough to carry me till tomorrow, where 8-Bit streams again. But, you know, he streams again tomorrow. Is he? Well, okay, tomorrow for me, not for you guys. I think not. Actually, it might even be tomorrow for you guys, too. Message bottle. Dear person, I don't know. I was relaxing yesterday while reading Le Comics, and I thought of this recipe. I put it in this bottle, so def check out my Le masterpiece. You'll tots love it too. Your new designer diva, Peggy. Seafood salad. I already know how to do that. And I don't want to even go and remember what that recipe looks like, because I don't I don't want to get into the whole debate of when is food not food anymore. Like, not a food anymore. Which, even just mentioning that, I really want to get into that ramble because I just... There's so many things that get called salad that they're not salad. I worked in a salad bar. I know salad. I know salad. We're good friends, actually. That's not, like, it's just not salad. It's just usually pasta. Like, pasta isn't salad. I could get on that ramble forever, though. 1,000 bells. It's 1,000 bells. Simon! Have you enjoyed your snacks yet? I left them outside for you. And it hasn't rained yet, so they should still be good. He's hammering away. Check me out, I'm doing stuff. What you doing? I'm making a signpost. One of the bugs on my floor whispered the DIY instructions in my ear while I was sleeping last night. So I gotta build it before I forget what it even is. How could you forget? Yeah, I sure do, man. How could you forget what a signpost is? Oh, let's tell everyone about signposts. Hear that, guys? Simon wants you to know what a signpost is. So you better know what a signpost is. It would be great if a bunch of folks knew how to make signposts. So you guys, listen up. So how you make a signpost? You take a big stake, like not the food stake, but like a wooden stake, big one, like 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall, maybe even 10 feet tall. Hammer that sucker into the ground. Making sure it's at least 2 feet deep, so that it's, you know, decently stable. Then, you take a board. Just a flat board. It's big enough to write whatever you're planning on writing on it. Wherever you want your signpost to point. You carve a little tip into it, so that it's pointing a direction. Then, you write the name of the place you want to point to on the signpost. And then you nail that sucker right to that stake that you just hammered into the ground. Ta-da, you've made a signpost. That is what Simon wants you all to know how to do. So I suppose he wants you to know how to do it before you hammer it into the ground, but... What is this? I've seen these. I don't know what they're for. I can be a strawberry. I can be a strawberry. I'm being a strawberry. You can't stop me. These shoes don't work anymore. These ones are, yeah. There's some house slippers. This is sure a look I have come to. You can tell I'm just done trying to look like myself. I know what you're thinking. Why is Sable working here every Saturday? I actually get the most done on Saturdays. I like feeling productive when everyone else is resting. And Papa always told me, stitching overtime can save your spine. That is very fair. I mean, I never take a day off, so I'm always making stuff, doing things. Fighting cold, doing crimes. Like, it's just what I do. Conveniently, that's also the title of a Chulip episode. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to push that series a little bit, because I feel like y'all who watch this would really enjoy Chulip. I pushed the wrong buttons. No way I was going to get that shooting star. Like, it feels like the kind of game that y'all would enjoy. So, like, I really want to be like, yeah, hey, Chulip. It's okay if y'all don't want to watch it, though. Like, that's fine. No obligations to watch any of my stuff. If you're just watching this, I appreciate you anyway. So, it's good enough. Good, all good in my books. Alright, we got Naomi to come see. Then we got Cilantro back there. Need a nickname for Naomi. Nimmy? Nimmy's a pretty cute nickname. Nimmy. Hey, Nimmy. Good evening, Stephen. What a pleasant surprise it is to see you at this hour, Mula. Let's talk. Are you all ready? Tomorrow morning, the Happy Home Academy is coming to evaluate your house. Tidying up, rearranging. If you have any last-minute fixes to make or fussing to do, now's the time. Yeah, it is, but my house is good. I'll get 28,000 points again. I will sit down and, like, actually try to design out my house a little bit. And I've got furniture for doing it, but, like, there's just so much to do. So many rooms. So much to do, so much to see. So much to do, and so much to see. That, like, it's a very daunting task for someone who's generally not very creative. I try to be, though, but... Hello, Frisk. Yeah, the window is still open up there. You can probably feel the breeze down there. Sup, cilantro? Squeak. If I knew you were coming, I'd have whipped up a few snacks. Watch out! Say, what are your thoughts on all this online shopping stuff everyone's up to these days? I'm just not sure. I don't trust it. Seems far too easy to overspend. I went to order myself a new butter knife and they kept putting all kinds of great offers in front of me. In no time at all, my cart had a change jar, a calculator, and a blowtorch in it. Sure, I wanted that stuff, but not all at once. It got me thinking, how'd they know I wanted it? Online shopping ain't for the faint of heart. Or wallet. Squeak. Yeah, that is fair. There's definitely some online retailers I don't trust, but if I had the money, there are some things that just to see, I would buy them. Like, I saw an advertisement for Temu, where they were advertising an RTX 4060 8GB for $100. There is no way that's actually a 4060. But, like, at the same time, the thought did cross my mind. $100 really isn't that much. And if it turns out to actually be a 4060, well, it's not better than my current graphics card, but it's not terribly worse either. Like, it's a little better, a little worse. It being an 8GB VRAM card makes it a little worse compared to my 12GB 6700 XT, but $100. Now, that advertisement was probably $100 American, so it'd be like $130 some dollars Canadian. Might actually be 120 at this point. But around that range. And then, like, got like tax, shipping, and it'd probably be closer to like $200, $250. But even with that, that's still cheaper than a 4060. Like, that might be last generation NVIDIA. But a 4060 will still run you like $400 to $600 Canadian. Like, and that's before tax. So, yeah. If I had the spare money, I would buy that just to see, you know? Because, I mean, if it turns out to not be what I ordered, I doubt I'd get a return or refund, but hey, it would be a fun little experiment, and, you know. If it did turn out to be what I ordered, then that would be pretty cool. Like, spare graphics card, heck yeah. Like, you know. Who doesn't love a good spare graphics card? Especially when it's a okay card. It's not one I would ever buy at full price. If you're actually in the market for a graphics card right now, NVIDIA is not where to look. Like, even their current, like, quote-unquote budget card, aka the RTX 3050, because they have not made a 4050, and they've already moved on to the 5000 series, so that's probably not going to happen. that thing is kind of hot garbage and not worth the money. If you can get one, an RX 6600, if you absolutely need a graphics card and you don't have a modern one already, the RX 6600 is probably the best way to go. It's probably the best bang for your buck you can currently buy. Now, if you don't mind buying used, a GTX 1080 Ti, if you can find a seller who's willing to let you, like meet you somewhere where you bring your computer and you test it and make sure it works. You know, if you can find a seller who's willing to do that, you can generally get those for around 200 bucks, at least up around here. And a 1080 Ti is still an amazing graphics card. Like, better than, like, in general, it's on par or better with even, like, the 2070. The 2070 being basically on par with the 3060. So you'd be basically getting a 3060 to 3060 Ti level card for, like, 200 bucks. The reason the 1080 Ti can be so cheap is there's so freaking many of them in the wild. That was probably one of, if not the best-selling NVIDIA graphics card ever. So, one thing you'd want to be on the lookout for is making sure it's actually a 1080 Ti and not a 1080. You need to look for that little Ti symbol. But, like, that's really about it. And if you're in the market for a CPU, again, Intel is not really the way to go. That might be a bit biased speaking, but hear me out here. As much as you'll hear from big tech channels, man, you know, AM4 is a really aging platform. You'll also hear from those same big tech journalists, man, the 5700 X3D is an amazing CPU still. Although the Ryzen 7 5700 X3D, I think that's all the wording and numbering for it. And it is. And you know how you get into that one? You buy onto the AM4 platform. So basically what I would say there is if you have the money for it, just go straight for the 5700 X3D. X3D CPUs are amazing for gaming. If you're not primarily gaming, like if you do a lot of like production work, you don't want it, but honestly just like a regular 5700 would probably still be great for you. Though, if you do primarily production work, that is, like, the one place I can be like, alright, buy Intel, but buy 12th gen Intel. Get, like, a 12600K if you're looking for budget production. If you can't get a 12600K, then go AMD with a 5700. That's basically what I would say there. If I'm just all over the place, as I'm just fishing. I just feel like fishing. I'm catching bugs. I just feel like vibing, man. I'm feeling good today. Like, I'm genuinely feeling pretty good, especially after the exercise, because, like, it feels even better knowing that, like, albeit I did properly space them out today, but, like, I did 60 squats. My legs feel fine. They felt fine enough that, like, 10 minutes after finishing the second set of 30, I did 30 jumping jacks. When I did the 70 a few weeks ago, I could barely stand. So, like, I'm feeling really good about that. Like, that feels really nice. I do really want to try to correct something with, like, the muscles in my arms, which I know probably sounds weird, but let me explain. So, even after the exercise earlier, like 100 reps with that 10-pound weight, my right arm, not tired. My left arm, tired. I'm left-handed. I predominantly do mostly everything with my left hand. Like, but for some reason, my left arm is weaker than my right arm by a not inconsiderable amount. It's really weird, man. So, like, I'm thinking I might try, like, tacking on an extra 10 reps onto my left arm every time I lift weights. It's not a huge amount, but I think I'm going to try doing that. Just to, like, until, like, both of them are feeling about the same after the, like, 100 reps. Which I may also increase at some point. Like... Also, if anyone's wondering why specifically 10 pounds of weight, that's what I've got. I have 2 10-pound weights. That is all I've got. So, you know. And, like, for anyone wondering, like, why also a lot of my exercises are, like, very limited in, like, scope of what I do. If I'm at my bed. I can't go back any further. And if I come this way, I'm at the desk. So, yeah, I've got, I don't know, maybe 4 feet, 3.5 between my desk and bed. And then I've got, like, maybe 7 feet to 8 feet going, like, that way. Because, like, I have a dresser right here. I can reach out and, like, I can punch it. Like, you know. And that's with not sitting, like, centered. Like, y'all, any of my longer time viewers know that, like, I have the dresser there. You know. You've seen it when I've tilted the camera for Frisk and then the little gremlin just runs away like the little gremlin she is. Yeah, let's get our KK concert going down. It's nice to be appreciated. Are you ready for the latest toe tapper from Toonsville? I'd love that, my man. Oh, cool. Any requests? Dial up an old favorite, just tell me how you're feeling, and I'll groove on it. As always, if any of you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and the next week, that's what he'll play. I'll leave it up to you, my man. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. I'll sit next to Caroline. Heck yeah. Right on, I'm tuned up and ready to roll. Who's in the mood for a little KK Torino? Torino? I didn't exactly get a chance to read all that because I fumbled what I was saying. For anyone who might be new here, I will be briefly talking over this from time to time. I might ramble over the whole thing. I very much apologize about that. I've had copyright claims over this, and I want to have my voice over it so I can plausibly be like, look, my voice is here. You're trying to say my voice is part of your property? You can have it, but give me money. You know. So. I mean, a lot of the times I've gotten copyright claims, they aren't from Nintendo, or Nintendo's, like, claiming partners. They're just from randoms. It sucks. So I also get them on Star Ocean Second Story. Stabbing the Sword of Justice. For whatever reason, there's so many, like, various, like, I don't even know what to call them. It's incoherent rappers that use Stabbin' the Sword of Justice as, like, part of their backing track, and then they go around claiming anything that uses Stabbin' the Sword of Justice. And it's like, it's just the main battle theme of Star Ocean 2, my guy. Like, that ain't yours. Which also, I just thought of something I really need to also work on. My frickin' posture. Like, knowing that literally my ID is wrong because of my bad posture is both hilarious and depressing. Because for those who may not have seen previously, my ID says I'm like 5'9". I'm 6 foot-ish. My original learners said 6'2". So I always just went off of 6'2". So like... But, like, my posture's not great. Like, there's me actually sitting up straight. You know, that should give you a bit of an idea of how much I just slouch naturally. It's just comfortable to me. This, as much as I know it's good for me, also this is a really good KK song. I like this one. I'm gonna love having this as the town tune for a little while. Like, I know this sort of posture is better for me. Like, it's keeping my spine nice and straight. I've got, like, only that little dip in my back instead of, like, this where it's, like, I got a nice... I can feel my spine is straight when I'm actually sitting up straight. Right on, man. I'm gonna keep your pockets a glance. Slip you a boot of the show. That was, like, unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial in my direction. No problem, man. Let's come pop that in our radio. Like, I can feel, like, my spine is straighter, and it does, like... Chorino. Chorinho? Huh. I like that. Like, in a way it feels good, but it also feels wrong. Because I naturally, like, I've slouched for so long that, like, standing straight, holding my head straight, like, that's the real one. Like, here I'm holding my head straight. At least I feel like I am. Need to actually, yeah, my head's basically up straight. Which even just that adds to my height a little bit. Between normal, straight. The fact that my ID is wrong because I have an anxiety, basically. You would think that, like, they would account for that and would have had, like, some system set up to, like, make you, like, basically stand back to a wall and hold your head up kind of thing. You know, that basically makes sure you're standing up straight with your head, you know, and hold your head up, like, this is basically where it should be. The Zapfish! I've got the great Zapfish! The Inklings are gonna be after me now. Like, it also just feels like, I don't know, I'm not cut out to be confident, I feel, because, like, I feel when I'm holding, like, my head up, because I've, like, even though I'm looking straight, like, I'm looking directly straight forward, my eyes are basically almost straight forward, right at you guys. I feel like because I've spent so much time, like, head down looking up, like, I feel like doing this, I'm like some cocky jerk. Like, that's how my brain perceives doing this. Which I just find amusing. There's also a few other things I would like to do at some point. I'm gonna need to find time to do them. Like, I've had an electronic keyboard for, like, over a decade. I have never actually sat down to learn how to play it. I kind of want to do that. Like, I've got the finger dexterity. I was near enough a StarCraft Pro player, for heck's sake. Like, I got the finger dexterity. Once I get keys down, I should be fine. Like, you know, my general APM was like 90 to 120. I think I'm good. You know, that was a long time ago, but I was also a Zerg player, so I had a lot more to do, but still. It was really funny. I need to mention this, because my brain just remembered this. I had a practice partner who, like, we would play different races, basically. Like, we'd bounce between, like, Terran, Protoss, Zerg. We'd have our mains. He was a Terran main, I was a Zerg main. But, like, we would bounce between the others because learning how to play the other races helps you play against them. And it also gets you more comfortable in, like, build orders for the other races, which also helps you play against them. He would make mention how, like, when playing Zerg, my APM was, like, pro level. Like, I'm all over the place, I'm managing everything, I'm doing everything, I'm keeping up with it. When I'm playing Terran, my APM would drop to, like, 60 to, like, 70. Like, I'm still doing a lot. APM, for those who don't know, is actions per minute. And, like, here's something also I want to explain for people. If you ever watch, like, a competitive StarCraft replay, you'll see the players doing a lot of actions right at the very start when they're not actually doing anything. So, like, they'll just be, like, mashing their one key over and over and over and over and over and over again. They're warming up their fingers. Like, that's basically what they're doing. They're getting themselves into their rhythm, so that while they're doing things, they're in their rhythm. Because keeping your APM up is maintaining a rhythm. Which is also why I feel like I'd probably be pretty decent at playing the keyboard. Because I got pretty good at maintaining my rhythm. That doesn't necessarily mean I'll be able to play other people's rhythms, but I might be able to make my own stuff. Like... So, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Like, which, this is another thing that just popped into my brain. Man, Feeling Good apparently turns those staticky TVs on. I love this. The instrument I'd always wanted was a drum kit. The compromise was the keyboard, with the reasoning being it would be quieter. Then an acoustic drum set, yeah, probably. Then an electric one, probably not. Because the electric one I could plug headphones into, and then all you're gonna hear is, like... You're just gonna be hearing, like... Like, it's not gonna be as loud as the keyboard. That I could probably also plug headphones into, but still. It's beside the point. But like, yeah, like, you know. I might see about getting, like, an electronic drum kit at some point. It would be kind of nice. It's definitely not an anytime soon kind of purchase. I don't have the room for it. But, like, you know. So I'm falling out of that posture again. I need to really, like, work on posture. I need, like, a posture coach. Like, I need someone to just, like, anytime I'm doing something like recording, just be here with me and just be like, no, straighten up, chin up, head up, you know, look forward. Diva's home! We haven't seen her yet. I was actually wandering around hoping I'd find Diva. We gotta see our best girl. I can't end the episode before seeing the best girl. I just can't do it. I can't wait until I can reset your house to be actually a house. Quick, stay as long as you like. Let's chat. For a ton of gardening, so I know which outdoor stuff is worth it. Like this sleeping bag. And yeah, my place looks kind of weird with outdoor stuff indoors, but trust me, it's awesome. I mean, sleeping bags are pretty cool to, like, just nap in. Like, they just are. They're pretty cozy. Like... And they also kind of negate the need for a bed, so, you know. Lord knows I would gladly take that. I mean, it is very much a case of this bed, as I think I've said before, but I don't think I've mentioned it for a long time, was like, it was a gift from an uncle. It was like, he was replacing his mattress and box spring, and it's like, alright, you know, it's been cleaned, sure. You know, I'll take it. I need to keep in mind the catfish is new. There we go. So, like, you know, I don't, you know, I appreciate it, but, like, man. It's like a queen. That's so big, and my feet still hang off the bottom, so, like... Which has me thinking I might actually be taller than I think I am. Which just I can only really be that tall when laying down or something. So I don't know how long a queen-sized bed is. But it's Blathers time. Might there be something which I can assist you? That's not a very good Irish accent. Ooh. Might there be something which I can't do it. I have a donation. Marvelous. What would you like to donate? There we go. Ooh, this is undoubtedly a catfish. Now, might I interest you in a few fascinating facts about your catfish? Yeah, please tell me. Wonderful, I'd love nothing more. Catfish don't have scales, and are rather slimy. Believe it or not, this slime helps them breathe. Some species of catfish are nocturnal. They'll feed on almost anything. They use a suctioning action to pull in their food. Did I mention they can grow as large as you or I? And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? Rest assured, all donations are displayed in a timely manner. You have my gratitude. Still not a great accent today. Might I help you with anything else? Nah, I'm good. Jolly good. Please enjoy the rest of your visit. This is also a case I'll make mention, just in case anyone's watching this who is new. Blathers just... An Irish accent just came out of me one day while I was talking as Blathers, so I've determined he's Irish. It makes sense. You can't look at his dialogue and tell me it doesn't make sense. Like... But let's take a seat right here. And that's gonna be it for today. I've done enough rambling for today. Ambling and rambling. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then. I just did that again. That was a jump cutting moment. We let KK play us off on Saturday's Brain. What are we doing sitting in Caroline's yard? We gotta come have KK play us off. I'm gonna sit here, and we'll have KK play us off from here. So now, I'll see you all tomorrow. So, see you then. And now in this end card, I would like to ask if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.